Guys, what's going on? Coach Brian Klepacki here with CriticalBench.com, talking to you about how actors get shredded. Everybody wants to know what the secret is in Hollywood. What are these actors really doing that really makes them set themselves apart from everybody else that's not on the screen? I always wondered every time I go to the movies to see and just to look at the people on screen and be like, how the heck did they get that role? Or better yet, how did they go from that role to this role in such a short amount of time? We see it all the time, like Matthew McConaughey going from a heroin addict or a coke addict, whatever he was in Dallas Buyers Club, to go into Magic Mike, where he just looks like just a freaking sexy beast. I don't know how they do it, but the thing is, I do know one thing, is that they put in a lot of work. A lot of people don't give them a lot of credit when they're training for roles like that. The crazy thing is that they're on the set months and months and months, living in a trailer, maybe working 12, 18 hours a day, and then they got to train to look the part for the role. So guys, cut the actors some slack, because they do work hard. Guys, there's 5 things that actors do to get shredded. And a lot of these things are pretty much just easy things that you can do, but the main thing, again, is you got to do it right and stick with it. The first thing that I like to talk about is high-intensity interval training. This is what Jake Gyllenhaal did in the movie Southpaw, just to prepare him for the boxing role that he played. High-intensity interval training, or long for HIIT, H-I-I-T, is it's definitely not for your beginners. It's a tough workout because it is high intensity. Also, interval training just goes to say that you're just doing short bursts of pretty much explosive movements, fast-paced movements. So let's say, for instance, you're going to do a 100-yard sprint. That's an interval, rest, do it again, rest, do it again, rest, do it again. That's intervals. And you're doing it at a high intensity because you're doing a sprint. So in the sport of boxing, like Jake Gyllenhaal had to play as a boxer, he needed to be conditioned. He needed to look the part. He also needed to be the part, because boxers are... They're not just couch potatoes. They work hard so they can, beat the snot out of another guy. The second thing that a lot of actors have been using is body weight training. It's remarkable, because who would have thought that your body weight, you can get a heck of a workout in. The movie Expendables, that entire cast was caught using nothing but their body weights. Sylvester Stallone, all those guys were just using their bodies, simple body weight calisthenics. Yeah, there's a ton of exercises that you can do, and we actually made a report. It's right here. It's 10 best body weight exercises of all time. That's a side note, but definitely want to check out the report if you want some cool stuff on body weight movements. But back to how actors get shredded. Body weight, it's simple. Doing simple calisthenics, but also doing them correctly, and also just doing them in a fashion that's really going to make you shredded. Another training program that a lot of actors follow to put on some good lean muscle mass, and also just general mass, is traditional weight training. What about The Rock? He loves throwing iron around. Mark Wahlberg, same thing. They just love pumping iron. I mean, those guys are jacked, and it shows just because they put in a lot of time in the gym. Bench press, squats, deadlifts, curls, shoulder press, all that stuff is considered traditional weight training. And those are what those guys have done and continue to do to participate in those roles. Another program that a lot of actors follow is just circuit training, just bouncing from one station to the next. Yeah, it can be considered some high-intensity interval training, but not always the case, because you can do low-intensity circuit training for a different effect. Guys like Chris Hemsworth for the movie Thor did a lot of circuit training, not just using body weights or just traditional weights, but he used an actual hammer, a sledgehammer. He carried that around, he swung it around, slammed it, threw it. He did all that stuff, but in a circuit fashion. Circuit training is pretty simple. You just stay in a circuit for, let's say, 10 reps or 30 seconds. You do that set, and then you travel on to the next circuit, where it could be the same thing, 30 seconds or 10 reps, bounce to the next one. So you're going in a circuit. You guys can create one on your own. Let's say push-ups for 30 seconds, squats for 30 seconds, jumping jacks for 30 seconds. Do that in a circuit fashion, and there you go. You got some circuit training. He's not the only guy that did some circuit training for roles out in Hollywood. A lot of actors are known to do some circuit training just because it's such an awesome way to lose some weight, but also gain some muscle mass. The fifth training program is aerobic training, or quote unquote cardio. This is what everybody does to shed those last few pounds. Yeah, you will burn some weight, burn some fat by doing strength training, but prolonged aerobic conditioning is an awesome way just to lose some weight. And that's definitely what a lot of the actors were doing to lose some weight. Guys, the main thing is that these actors, again, I said it in the beginning of this video, they're committed. They get paid a ton of money, so they don't have a choice to say, nah, I don't want to hit the gym today. That's their job. Guys, if you got paid millions of bucks to put on 30 pounds, to look a certain way for a role, I think you would do whatever it takes to get your butt in the gym, to eat right, to put down that ice cream. So the moral of the story is that actors get shredded by being committed and dedicated to their bodies and their routines. Proper nutrition is huge. They spend a lot of time eating right, eating the right things, and also fueling their body with what demands they need. Also, the main thing is that they're training hard, whether it's circuit training, body weight training, whatever it is, whatever they're doing for that particular role, they're working hard at it, guys. So again, take-home message is that whatever you do, make sure you do it right, stick with it, because it's not an overnight effect. You gotta give it time to keep training hard. Guys, we want you to know that we have something for you. It's a free gift. It's all about how actors get shredded. It even goes into depth on how the programs, they were designed for particular roles of movies. Things like Chris Hemsworth, it's got some of his workouts in this report. Awesome stuff. You definitely don't want to pass up. And the best thing is, it's free. It's right here. All you need to do is click the link. What's going to happen is that you're going to need to enter in your email. Simple. Enter in your email. We'll send you a free copy of this report. Again, it's awesome stuff that you don't want to miss out on. Now, if you're on a mobile device, you can't click that link, but what you can do is click the little arrow under this video. That's going to open up your video description. You're going to see a link called criticalbench.com/shredded. That's the link that you need to click to get this free report. So guys, hopefully you learned something today. If you did, give us a big thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel, because we've got a ton of information that we'd love to give to you for free. It's awesome information that you can apply to your life and just hopefully become a better, just a better idea of what to do in the gym. Also, the best thing is we're an interactive business. We want to look at your comments that you have to say about what we're doing. We want to hear from you. We want to answer your questions. Again, thanks for checking us out. Have a good one.